is a miserable, nasty individual. But you cannot argue about his imprint on this organization. An imprint that he is looking to reinforce here in the new chapter of Ryse Pro Wrestling at the All-American Fieldhouse. Big Boss ready for business. Jace Mara, Glenn Spectre squaring off here. Ryse up at the All-American Fieldhouse in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. My name's Jim Alana, being joined by Ty Cross.
We'll save it for later.
Big Boss Glenn Spectre has really been on a career high as of late, after winning the OVW Tag Team Championships with his partner Caden Christopher. And Spectre, like a true veteran, takes his opponent down to the canvas because that's where you can win the matchup. Spectre, a serious professional, no jam-up guy, knows what to do and when to do it, which is why he's taking Jace right back down to the canvas. Elementary but effective.
And Glenn, absolutely a tag team specialist, but no slouch in the singles division as well, and you're seeing it right here. Now, he's done a lot of tag team wrestling, like you said. Currently, he's a champion, tag team champion, 2 different areas. However, is that going to affect him in his win? How much singles wrestling has he been doing, where Jace has been a singles competitor here in Ryse now for quite some time?
Man, the Big Boss ragdolling Jace with that body lock. And that's where you constrict the breathing. And this one could be over very, very quickly. But there's the ring psychology from Jace Mara. He knew where he was and was able to get out of dodge, creating an impromptu timeout. Very wise wrestling from Jace Mara. Jace going to resume this matchup on his terms at his pace. Some ring psychology from Mara. We're going to see how it plays out here. And that impromptu timeout he created allowed him to eventually change the tide of this matchup.
Yeah, you saw that. We're not going to out-wrestle Glenn Spectre, so we're going to try to out-brawl Glenn Spectre. That's what we're seeing here. With those right hands to kick off this second piece of the action.
Spectre beating him to the punch. Look out here. That'll jar the spine. And that'll jar the spine as well. What a vertical leap from Spectre.
And now Jace has tried to wrestle Glenn and tried to brawl Glenn, and he is 0 for 2 so far in strategies in this contest. Glenn's looking to end this.
Could be telegraphing himself here. And Mara using our official as a shield. And if you can't see, you can't fight. It's that simple. And Jace Mara like a shark here.
Well, that's what happens if you can't outfight your opponent. You out-dirty your opponent, and that's what we're seeing here. Mara never known, Jace Mara never known not to take a shortcut.
And trying to box Glenn in the corner is also a way that Mara can dictate the pace of this contest. Spectre charges. And again, Jace Mara staying about a half a step ahead, and that's no easy task with a time-tested veteran like Spectre. Precarious position for the big boss here. I believe he clipped Glenn. I couldn't quite see from our vantage point. He may have gotten Glenn in the top of the forehead that time.
Yeah, that was a devastating shot. And you can see Glenn's going to try to fight back here, but maybe too much damage has been done. I'm not sure.
And Spectre may be content to beat Jace.
Very unorthodox way to break the count there, Glenn Spectre.
Well, where is Spectre taking Mara?
Oh, man. Some fan involvement. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The tables turned.
Spectre's head collided with that post, and we heard the impact.
And I don't even know if Glenn realized he rolled into the ring. I think he fell onto the apron. And now he's in the center of the canvas.
Spectre looks like he's seeing stars right now. He may not know where he is. Mara measuring Glenn here.
Wow, the boot connected right on the jaw.
Spectre trying to stay ahead of Jordan. Oh, man, Jace just planted Spectre.
Ring-shattering spine buster.
Man, I thought that was it. Jace hit that absolutely perfectly.
Look at Glenn still fighting back.
And this is getting a little nasty here, a little unrefined.
But you saw that last right hand dropped Glenn to a knee. He's starting to lose his legs a little bit. And that's where it gets scary for a competitor. If you start to lose your legs, you can't hold yourself upright. You're essentially, you're a duck on the pond, just sitting and waiting. And again, the Irish whip, spine first. Jace throwing himself into that for some extra torque. extra momentum. Now it'll be interesting to see if Glenn's able to stay on his feet.
Jace has him hooked up. But Glenn was one step ahead right there. Countered it and made Jace pay.
Glenn is starting to wonder up here.
Bionic elbow from the big boss. And Spectre is rolling. He has momentum on his side right here. Beautiful leg lariat, and we are seeing Spectre run the playbook step for step.
Glenn seems to have his strength. He's got his legs back under him. That's so important. That's so key.
And again, using the referee as a shield. Man, Spectre got spiked.
That may have been Glenn's last gasp. No, wait. There's still some more in the tank, Jim.
This is high risk. High risk right here.
Goozle.
And Spectre is cooking.
Glenn just wants to execute that running knee. But Jace Mara, for a third time, is able to avoid it. But wait a second here. Jace is waving it off.
You gotta be kidding me. Jace Mara's gonna walk out on this thing?
That's over.
Are you kidding me?
Well, Glenn gets the winner's purse, but I don't think he gets the satisfaction.
I think there's some unfinished business here between Spectre and Jace.
You want to play the big time, boys? All I can say to you, Jace, is choke.